Hey guys, welcome back to Kuma Reviews. What we're taking a look at is Mastermade's SDT-06 Caesar. Right here in front, this is their homage to Overlord. You can see O1 Titan, Diabolus Rex, Apollo, Orden. I believe this is Lord Scorpion. I'm not sure what his name is off the top of my head, but like I said, it's number 6. You see 6 here. Alright, so the Statue Series kit, I have that in hand as well. That's going to be a separate review though. Probably release that tomorrow. Something nice and quick. Head replacement, extra swords, etc., etc. Transformation. I'm newer to this piece, so I don't want to steer you guys wrong. I'm going to do the transformation video separately just to give myself more time to get, I guess, a mastery of the transformation, and also to keep this video as short as possible. Let's be real. So here's the comparison. This one measures 2, if I can find my handy dandy tape measure. Looks like about 7 3/4 inches tall. So right around average height. Puts them around Apollo and Titan, as well as Diabolus Rex. They're Scorponok as well as Orden, their Fort Max. They're a bit taller, but yeah, there's the comparison. Alright, so giving you guys a roundabout here. Really good detailing. You can definitely tell by the stylization that it's a Mastermade product. But more than any of the rest, I think the tampos and whatnot, which are, you know, like the minor details, these, not stickers, but tampos, just the wording throughout and things like that, little shapes, they fit him more than any of the others so far, in my opinion, because at its core, to me, Master Force, which he comes from, is a Super Robot show, so more Japanese animation oriented, that kind of stylizations to the characters in general, so it really fits. Now, in terms of the minor details on him, the chest does open. He doesn't come with breast masters, neither does this Statue Series. They made that well and known as soon as this got released. Or not released, revealed, because it's still not out yet, due for March or April or something like that of this year. A couple of months out still, but it reveals, they look like missiles, possibly lights, minor details. Now the head does have a light up gimmick. Pretty standard stuff with this line. And I like that they went back to a traditional light switch. The Orden, their Fort Max, tried something different with these little light pods that you insert in different areas on the figure, and that fell kind of flat for me personally. So, alright, there's the switch. You can kind of see the light in the front already light up, but I'm trying to remember how to get this guy off. It just slides off right there. And that's a single CR2032 CR2032 battery. Alright, flip that switch again, turn it around. Really bright lights. Alright, turn off the lights so you can see how it looks. Very bright. And as always, sorry if that's jarring or anything like that when I turn the lights back on. I don't really have a way to do that without camera cuts and stuff, and I feel like that's a little bit much for something that's that short. Okay. Now taking a look at the articulation. Now, if you're posing it and the head pops out, like so, it's supposed to pop out for the Statue Series, but it's pretty tight. Oh, and he does have a moving mouth gimmick. There's a lever in the back to make the mouth open and close, and you could even kind of tilt it to the side, give him a smirk. It's pretty cool. Alright, so if you're playing around with them, and that switch is kind of sensitive, so when you're moving his head, don't do what I'm doing. Don't move it by the switch. Alright. Really small ratchets, which is nice. If you guys have watched this channel before, you know that I really don't like ratchets in general, but if I do have ratchets, I prefer them to be really small spaces in between so you're not hampering the articulation too much. Alright. Bicep swivel right above the elbow. Small ratchets on the elbow itself. Fully articulated fingers. Each finger and the thumb. And that's a normal with Mastermade products if you didn't know. Right, get that fist back. Alright, the waist, it does have 360 range, but it's hampered by that backpack there. You can bring it up and down to move it further if you want. All right. Die cast all through the leg, which is cool. Unfortunately, these hip skirts, or the front of the skirt, doesn't move. It splits for transformation, but that doesn't do anything in terms of helping not block the front leg kick, but you can move it out a bit, and he still gets a decent amount. All right, back, nothing's blocking it. And that's a friction-based joint. You can hear it's pretty loud. So 90 degrees at the knee. I wish that this knee part moved up to cover it. That's kind of ugly, but it's what it is. Great ankle articulation. Nice amount of tilt. Front and back movement. Let's see if the front of the foot moves separately. It does not. Okay. Now taking a look at some of the weapons. First, he comes with these two giant swords. They just peg in to his hand. And this should be compatible with pretty much all of the Mastermade figures because they all have that peg in their hand, like that kind of articulation. Get the thumb out of the way. And that's the plus to having that full articulation of the thumb. You saw how I just moved it around the sword, which is awesome. All right, there's one. There's two. Okay, let's get him into some kind of pose. Let's do a walking pose. Don't really need that anymore. And again, that switch. I tell you guys not to do it or play with the head by it, and of course I do it, so. Let's see if we can't straighten the head out a little bit more. Focus. And actually, I kind of like this from more of a top view. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, pretty cool stuff, right? Now let's take a look at the other accessories here. So we'll get these swords out. And there's, per instructions, not like an official way to store them. They do slide into these. You can slide them either up or down. If you slide them downwards, you have no choice but to bring the wings out, which is cool. It's a nice kind of lower flight pack look. Bring that out. Okay. There's that. See how it looks from the backside? Definitely not bad. Right. Or you could switch them around. And there's that. Alright, so he also has his shield, which is also turns into the Jed the tank. He's traditional. So he's got his shield here. And the way you attach his shield is by opening up the hand. That peg is on the underside. So from there, peg that in. And then just bring it over. It pegs in tight, so. And that's the plus side to having those ratcheted arms. So you never have to worry about the shield weighing them down or anything like that. It's nice, it's big, it's a cool look. It's a very cool look. Alright. So this, you can see the peg here is on the top rather than the bottom. So all you do is take his hand up. Pop his thumb off there. Put it like that. Sure, I'm glad that that's a ball joint. That took me by surprise. Alright, and then you bring that part over. You've got his gun. So, let's think of something fast to... That creaking, man. Down. I'll actually see if that looks better down. Alright, there are his accessories. Let's take a look at the alt modes. And alright, here it is in alt mode, or it's alt modes. Of course you've got the tank, of course you've got the jet, and I'm not gonna lie, the tank, good. The jet, one of the coolest Overlord jets I've ever seen, period. This thing is huge. The only thing that I don't like is a little bit gappy right there, but man! I get Fan-Hobby's Overlord in this week as well, and it's going to be interesting to see how it stacks up. This thing is 11.5 inches long by a straight up 12 inches wide. This is a big piece, and it's hefty too. So let's give you guys a roundabout of each. No rolling treads or anything like that on either. Make sure we're zoomed in. And you guys are really going to like the transformation too. It's extremely simple. Going to be one of those transformation videos that's seriously like 5 minutes long. Alright, so there's the tank. Zoom out, because again, this jet is huge. I love it. Man. Alright, now, no rolling treads or anything like that. It does have these two pieces right here to stop it, as well as a faux wheel that pops out. Alright, you've got those missiles that go in and out, and outside of that, there's no hidden weaponry or anything. It's just good freaking stuff. Bring up the camera a little bit, but again, they're the alt modes, and they're awesome. They are freaking awesome. Right, and lastly, here's the base mode. It's okay. You know, I will say, especially with the big cannon and stuff like that, it does make a very convincing base mode. It's just when you do this after seeing that huge jet and stuff like that, at least for me, it's just kind of like, alright, it's nice, but I'll never see this mode again after I'm done photographing it. So, it's what it is. But didn't want to forget this little guy. I don't know the name on him, but he comes with a little Shockwave figure. Zoom in on this guy as well. Really good details and stuff. I mean, looks great. He measures about 2¼ inches tall, and I've got Megatron right here. So you can see how he looks next to him as well. Now, this is, I believe, the one that came with Diabolus Rex. I don't know if there were any differences between this and the one that came in the... it was like a series of them or something like that. It came with 5 or 6. But there they are next to each other, around the same height. Getting him out of the way, just to focus on this guy. Ball jointed head. 360 in the shoulder. And the tube goes through here. This part on the back. So obviously you gotta watch that. when you're doing like 360 on the shoulder and things, but there's no real need to do that. Just showing off the articulation. He does have 360 bicep swivel on both sides. Now, he does not come with an alternate hand or anything like that. The laser is just the laser. Any waist articulation? No. Front, back kick. Has some knee bend, not quite 90 degrees. A lot of ankle movement, though. Actually bend that knee a bit. And there you go. So get this guy centered. Creak, creak. And this has been Mastermade's SDT-06 Caesar. Of course, their homage to the Master Force Transformers character Overlord. Really, really awesome stuff. I'll get the transformation video up a bit later. My work week starts tomorrow or today when you guys see this. So I work 13-hour shifts and stuff like that. Things are pretty crazy, keeping it balanced and all, but I do. Of course, the full breakdown article and gallery will be up soon on kumasao.com. Already really dug into that. Just pretty much have to get the alt mode pictures done. Things for, I don't even know what they call this thing. Is it Quake? Is it Shock? I don't know what the hell they call their Shockwave. I don't have any information on it. In fact, my instructions were even ones that I had to print out myself. That's how pre-production this is. This should be fully released for you guys, though, in March or April of this year, 2019. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this overview. I highly recommend this one. Just like all of Mastermade's products, starting from number 1 with Titan. They've always been very, very high quality stuff. Nice die-cast pieces, some of the best plastic in the business, first or third party. I mean, just excellent stuff, always. You just got to be okay with the SD Super Deformed style or not, you know, because even with the statue series, they still have the larger bodies and things like that. And of course, we'll go over the statue bust add-on kit for this. We'll get it up tomorrow by Friday the 1st. That should be doable. It's like a 5-minute review. Why not? But anyway, as for this video, like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see. Are there any things that you want to get and stuff like that? Your support's always appreciated, so I want to do some stuff that you guys want to see too. But anyway, this has been another Kumasao review. See you next time.